Good evening, sir.
Hello, Messi. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you too?
I'm good. I'm ready when you are.
Yes. I'm trying to send the last reminder to the participants so they can join.
No problem.
I think we can start. Others to join us.
Okay. Okay, I'm coming. Okay. So I can just start, right? So I can go ahead. I can start, right? Can you hear me? You muted yourself.
Yes, we can start.
Okay, then let me start right here. So, hello everybody, and my name is Benga Debi, and it's nice to be here today. We're here to talk about something that is life changing. I'm here to talk about something that people's stories have changed, and you can choose to believe what we want to talk about, or you can choose to ignore. I'm sure in the future you're going to hear about it again. Someone else will tell you about it, um, or you would see someone close to you benefiting from it, and you'll be like, okay, I want to try it. So you can choose to start now, or you can choose to start in the future. The choice is yours. Basically, we're in the world where things are changing, things are evolving, and the world, what we know, what we believe, the things we were used to are changing. So the question is this: do you want to be part of the change, or do you want to see people change around you? So as I said, once again, the choice is yours. Once again, my name is Benga Debi, and um I'm a freelance coach. I'm a freelancer, and I like to talk about freelancing. I like to talk about online work very well, and that's one of the things we'll be talking about today. That's one of the things we'll be talking about today. Um, so really, I know some of you might have heard about freelancing before. I know others of you might have, know someone or that knows someone that have done freelancing before. But here today, I'm going to be telling you what freelancing is. I'm going to be telling you how you can get unlimited clients as a freelancer. I'm going to be showing you some stories, some testimonials, some people's journey. Some might look ridiculous to be true, but they are true. And I'm going to be telling you how they did it. If you're going to follow me, and it's just going to be a very short session. I'm not going to take much of your time. So in the next 45 minutes, thereabout, plus minus, I believe I should be able to pass my point across to you. And if there's one thing I want you to do, I want you to listen, because this 45 minutes can change your life. This 45 minutes can change your story. And I know a story of someone whose life has changed from 45 minutes. So I had a webinar like this, or we had a webinar like this at the end of June. That was 2 months ago, June 28th to be precise. And Oluwaseun joined. She joined the webinar, and she signed up. Now, funny enough, yesterday was the first time I knew Oluwaseun was a woman. I used to relate with her as if, no, I'm talking with a guy. And I don't know why I made that mistake. I don't know. I try not to be biased, and I don't know why I made the mistake. Now, Oluwaseun is a 46-year-old woman. She's a mother of one, and she was telling me yesterday in our support session. So we do support sessions every week where I support our students. I'll tell you about it. Now, she was telling me how she started copywriting 2 years ago at 44, and today she's 46. And Oluwaseun attended a webinar like this, and in a week, her story changed. Funny enough, so she attended the webinar like this. She came on board. Then she got a first client, and because she was at the clinic, and I have pictures, testimonials. I've shared some of them on my social media. So because she was in the clinic working, so she missed the client, and she was, frustrated. She was just, devastated, and she came to me crying, broke. And I told her that no, I just, told her. Then I even thought she was a guy then, so I was telling him, but I didn't know I was speaking to an R. So I told her then that, I told her the things to do, corrected her, guided her, and she went back. And she got a job, a $1,000 per week job. It happened on Thursday, and on Monday, she got a job, a $1,000 per week. Then the next Thursday, she got another job. So she got 2 jobs in 1 week. So in 1 week, Oluwaseun went from someone who was broke, crying, to someone who had more jobs that she could handle in 1 week. And that looks ridiculous, but trust me, it's true. It happened to someone that I know, and it happened to us, and all because she attended a webinar like this and came on board. And there are a lot of stories like that. There are a lot of stories like that. People who came across, people who came on board, and their lives has changed. So the question is this: will you be the next person, or will someone that you know be the next person? It might not be you. You might tell someone else in case you don't want this, So let's run through it. So how do you get unlimited clients as a freelancer? Freelancing is one of the ways to earn money online. I started this session by telling you guys that a lot is changing in the world that we know it. And freelancing is one of the ways to earn online. So what is freelancing? I'm going to go deep into it, but let me just give you a brief definition of freelancing. Freelancing is just using your skills and expertise to get jobs, online jobs. That's just the simple definition of freelancing. So when you see someone tell you, I'm a freelancer, that's what they do. They use their skills, which is called digital skills. We're going to talk about it to make money online. So what are digital skills? Digital skills includes writing, design, marketing, digital marketing, programming, video editing, social media management, customer support, virtual assistant. Those are digital skills, because anything that you can do on a computer, you can make money with it. So that's just the definition of digital skills. So once again, this is who I am. I might look different from the dreads. This is a new look. This is a tech bro look. But this is still me. It's still the same person. My name is Gbenga Adebiyi once again, and I like to call myself proud teacher because I am proud. Because I have testimonials. I have more than 50,000 people I've trained, and I get testimonials every day, day in, day out. So that's why I'm proud, because I'm proud that I've created a ripple effect. I was in a session yesterday. Okay, that was yesterday. So I was in 2 sessions yesterday. I was in one of the sessions I was in yesterday. The moderator of the session said he spoke with my students who are also teachers, and all of them, he had to say, okay, instead of dealing with this student, why not just go and deal with the teacher himself, But the point is just that I've been able to train people who have trained people who have trained people who have trained people. Like, the ripple effect sometimes is beyond my own imagination, but it's good, because my goal is to create, as you can see in my profile, my goal is to create opportunities for youth. I just enjoy doing it. Like, I've been passionate about it because I've been freelancing, and I've been a freelance coach. I've been teaching freelancing digital skills for more than 9 years now. Well, about 9 years, sorry. And I've trained more than 50,000 people. And my students have earned more than $10 million. And, like, trust me, I have stories upon stories upon stories. And yeah. So, but why should you listen to me? Why should you take your 45 minutes of your precious weekend time to listen to me, because I have stories. Right now, as I speak with you, this particular story, he sent me a message right now. I've not been able to answer him, and I will answer him. I'll answer him very soon, because after this session, I would answer him. Chinedu is one of my students, and Chinedu got a young boy broke, came across me, got my course, and he started getting clients. And one of the clients invited him to the US, another one invited him to India. So right now he's messaging me to help him with his Indian visa, and I'm going to reply him after this session. But this is just one of the testimonials, and why I like this testimonial, because a young broke Nigerian boy can be where he is, and you can have not just one but two clients inviting him abroad to come and to just come abroad, all expense paid, because he met them on a platform online. Now, another thing is, for those who are Nigerians here, I believe you are familiar with these figures. This figure is even more outdated than the current figures. This one is very outdated. Maybe for the next session, I'm going to update this. I just left it because it changes every day. So will I be changing this every day? That's why I left it. Because the point is this: the economy is not in your favor, and the exchange rate is not in your favor. You can choose to whine about it. You can choose to complain. You can choose to find all the faults the government is doing. Or you can choose to focus on what you can control. And what are the things that you can control? You can control what you do. So imagine if you make money in dollars, if you're earning in dollars from freelancing or remote work, for example, and dollar is changing, it does not concern you. Yes, you're going to be affected. Things will be expensive. But you're going to have a buffer effect. You're going to have a shock absorber. That's what I call earning in dollars, shock absorber. Now, imagine this time last year, you were being paid $1,000. Just imagine this time last year. By this time last year, CBN rates, if you're being paid $1,000, is about 400 and something K. That's less than 500K. I'm using CBN rates. Now, as I speak with you, the same 400K plus, without changing anything, if it's still the same $1,000, that same 10K plus, that same 400K plus would be about close to 800K right now as we speak, CBN rate, because there's no more CBN rate, as they crashed it. But that same figure is about that. The point I'm trying to pass across is, without changing anything, if your dollar income still remained the same, if you didn't grow at all, if it was stagnant in 1 year, the Naira equivalent is going to be close to double. So if someone is earning $1,000 and they didn't even get promotion at work in 1 year, that 500K, less than 500K they were collecting will be about 800K as we speak, because the money will almost double because they were stagnant. Now I'm just trying for you to understand the impact of FX, or the impact of dollars. So now imagine if you are the one earning that figure and things are increasing, but the point is this: if you don't have anything, if you don't have a shock absorber, you just realize that your salary is the same and your expense has tripled. I have friends in Nigeria who told me they fuel their car before with 10K, 15K. Right now, they fuel that same car with 45K. And their salary did not change. So their expense has tripled. Talk about, so you need to have this at the back of your mind, because this is one motivation. Like, if you don't want to be motivated, this should motivate you. To say you need to get, if it can be a side hustle. And there are different ways to earn in dollars. Right here, I'm going to talk about freelancing. That's one way I'm very good at. There are other ways to earn in dollars: course creation, Amazon KDP, coaching and consulting online, for the international audience. There are multiple ways to earn in dollars. So why not pick one? Me, I'm going to talk about what I'm very best at, so that you can follow my path or follow my students' path. But why not pick one? It can be a side also. Most of these things I mentioned, you can do them part-time or full-time. So if you already have a 9 to 5, why not pick one of these things and start earning USD with it, to do a shock absorber for your normal 9 to 5, here. So some of my student testimonials, I have Peter. Peter is one of my best students. And in 1 year, Peter earned around 20K between March last year and March this year. Now, I like to use Peter's testimonial because if you look at this, Peter is from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. I've had a lot of people tell me it's because I'm from Nigeria, that's why I'm not successful. It's because my account is Nigeria, that's why I'm not successful. And I'll tell them, no, that's not the reason you are failing, or that's not the reason you are struggling. Peter is from Port Harcourt, Nigeria, and he's succeeding. So what are you saying? If Peter from Port Harcourt is making about 3,000 per week, then what are you then you're just giving yourself an excuse. And you can choose to give yourself an excuse, or you can choose to take action. Now, I like this short because I attended, okay, I did another webinar last week Sunday. I did a webinar, and the person that invited me for the webinar, this was the how they got to know about me. Like, Peter's younger brother spoke with them to tell them about me. So and they shared this with me, and I loved it, and I saved it because I like that people are talking, like, and especially people have helped and their siblings, their younger brother. Oh, he did his birthday this week. The younger brother was talking about me, like, okay, in this light. So yeah, that's Peter. Then I have Sam. I met Sam last year, January. Sam had earned $500 in 4 years. And by the end of the year, by the end of 2022, Sam had earned $30,000. Like, Sam went from someone earning $250 to earning, by the end of the year, was earning 5,000 plus. That's about 20x, more than 20x. Because at the end of this year, at the end of the year, it was about, in 1 year, it was about 6,000. So multiply 250 or divide 6,000 by 250. That will tell us the amount of x. That should be 20 what? Not 25x. No, it's more than 25. Yeah, I'll do the math in my head very soon. Yeah, but this was what Sam was doing, when he met me. And I remember the day he met me, January 27, 2022. And then I was just, I was groggy. A lot of people used to, right now as I speak with you, I have about 700 unanswered messages in my DM. So a lot of people used to send me, and I try to answer them, but sometimes I might be too busy, right? I'm having this session right now, so that means I'm not on my phone. So yesterday I had 2 straight sessions. A day before that, I was traveling in the air. I was in different airports. So my life can be, and I need to take care of myself first before. But this was just one of, DMs that I get, and Sam went from someone who came to my Twitter DM to someone who has been able to earn this much figure, So I even need to reach out to Sam. He was talking to me 2 weeks ago, and he was telling me that the $6,000 per month he was doing is not enough. Like, he wants to earn more. But that's just him, and that's the story. The more you earn, the more your mouth becomes bigger. Ola is another story I like to talk about. Ola to earn 30K last year, and he was able to take his wife abroad. And this is it. Ola was able to take his wife abroad. He's currently in the UK right now. Now, I'm talking about Ola first because Ola was doing freelancing part-time. I didn't even know until he went to the UK. Like, I didn't know Ola had a 9 to 5 full-time from his beginning, from his day one till he became someone who was earning big from freelance. I didn't know. So after he traveled, he told me, like, I was like, I didn't know. I was shocked. Now, Ola why am I telling you this? Ola does freelancing with his 9 to 5 and was able to do this figure. So you don't have an excuse. You don't have to say, oh, it's because I'm working 9 to 5. That's why I don't have the time. I have someone who was working full-time 9 to 5, and the person did this. Now, I just wanted to show you that so that you don't, I can, all the excuse that you have, I have someone that have used the same excuse to make something for themselves. Peter is a young boy. Peter is a young 22-year-old boy. I'm using that figure to tell you that age is just a number because Peter is 22-year-old, and see what Peter has been able to do. The first story I shared, the slide is not here. Oluwaseun, she's 46-year-old. In my subsequent testimonial, I must put her slide. I must put her testimonial. In my subsequent webinar, I must put her testimonial because Oluwaseun is 46, Peter is 22, Ola is married and works 9 to 5. I like using different people's, I have people similar to them, but I like using different examples. So that because some people are always like, oh, maybe it's only these kind of people that make it, only Gen Zs that can do tech, that can make money online. Only no. It's there are no barrier. Like, that's why I'm using different examples. So this was when Ola met me. This was when he got his first big job, and this was when he got his first big job, and you can see where he is today. Now, I also have another boy. Now, this one is a student. This is another example. Wow. I like these examples I'm using, different people in different categories. My student from Ile-Ife, I use this arrow. I pointed this arrow because Ile-Ife, Nigeria. Now, this figure has changed. This figure is now 90K as I speak with you. But my student from Ile-Ife, Nigeria, and as I said, people used to say it's because I'm in Nigeria, that's why I'm not successful. That's why I'm hammering on all these things. Like him from Ile-Ife, Peter from Port Harcourt, and you can do this figure. I like this particular testimonial. I like this figure to show you how a young Nigerian boy, student, can earn this figure from one client. Think about it. And I also added this one, while the one client is paying him this, another client is paying him this. A young Nigerian student is still in school. He should be in final year I don't know. His next, he should be in his penultimate. So yeah, I'm showing you this. Now, why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this to open your mind. I'm showing you this to see what is possible. I'm going to tell you how they did it. So pay attention. Now, I have other students like Adams, like Tim, who've been able to make, a lot of income for themselves. Then I have Toby. Toby was, we started the challenge, 60 days challenge. Toby did more than 9K plus in 60 days. So I have that. Then I have other people, like if you look at this particular person, I don't even know who he is, but he attended one of my, training, and he's been able to make 20K plus for himself. I didn't even save his number. Like, I didn't even know who he is. Like, he just came to my DM. See, if you can see, I didn't even save his number. He just came to my DM and said, oh, he's been a follower. I did a training. So I did a training during the pandemic. I did a lot of trainings during the pandemic, during the lockdown. Like, I was just training people for free. That's how my figure, the amount of people I've trained is plenty. When I say I've trained 50,000 people, if you ask me how, I would explain to you that it's because of the pandemic that made it got to that figure. Because per day, I might be training 1,000 today, 2,000 tomorrow. Like, there was one I was training 5 WhatsApp group at the same time of 5 people. I did another one of 13. Then before you know it, people were having, it was pandemic and everybody was just at home. So I trained a lot of people during that period. That's why I've been able to train more than 50,000 people. So this was one of the people that attended one of my training. You can see based on the request on Twitter. Can you see? I didn't even know. I don't know who he is. I didn't even ask for the name. Like, wow. But I'm just happy that this person has been able to make a lot for themselves. Maybe I should go and ask for his name. Like, then I have Olarewaju. I met him on Twitter. It's just Olarewaju. What I like about Olarewaju is this. He followed me on Twitter and he's always like, he was following me back to back, like was ensuring that I was on my neck. And I kept on that. When I saw that, okay, Olarewaju is getting serious. Me too, I was also serious with him. And before you know it, he's been able to do a lot for himself. Now, all the stories I've been telling you about are for guys. So please, if you're a lady here, I didn't remove you from settings. I also have lady stories, and let me talk about them. Mutun sent a message to me yesterday. I sent it to you, follow her. She sent a message to me. Mutun is currently in the US. She made a lot of money, and I have a lot of students that when they make money, they just relocate the Japa. For those in Nigeria, you understand what Japa means. But for those outside Nigeria, if you don't know what Japa means, it means when people just make a lot of money, or when people just decide to leave their country and go to Western countries. That's in short what it means. Now, Mutun is a lady. Mutun made a lot of money from freelancing. And what I like about Mutun is Mutun trained her sister, trained her husband, all those ones, everybody resigned. They just started doing freelancing. Mutun also has like 16 ladies she was working with. Like, Mutun is just doing a lot, and I'm so proud of her. She sent me a message yesterday night. I really should get back to her. Oluwatoyin is already another student that is doing so well for herself, 7K milestone. I like Abizoye's story because when she met me, she was not, she was scared of charging people. And after training her very well, she's charging $70 per hour. Like, per hour, you can do that in Nigeria. It's a Nigerian lady. You can see her account here, Lagos, Nigeria. As I like Abizoye's story. Now, I also have Abisola. I remember when Abisola met me, they were paying Abisola 2 naira per word. Some of you might have had that experience. People were outsourcing writing job gigs to her. And I told Abisola, because luckily, me and Abisola went to the same university, we were in the same faculty, OAU. And I think she's a year behind me. So she knew me, but just normal, face to, like, I just know your face, and in the faculty kind of. Then when I started talking and I realized that she even finished with first class, I'm like, okay, finishing with first class means you know book to an extent. At least even we finished from the same faculty and I know the stress they passed us through. So finishing with a class tells me you know book. So why will someone that know book be collecting 2 naira per word? I just start to say, I will teach you freelancing. And I push that till she, right now, she works from home. She's doing, she's working for 2 different companies. She manages one of our clients. She manages all this business. Like, the client just used to hand over everything to her. This was when the client was giving her the job. This was the starting contract. You can see this was the contract. This was the starting contract. Yeah. we talk, and they pay that $1,000 straight up performance bonus, just bonus 1K, then 1K per month. I'm sure this is more than that this now, because this was a while ago. I need to update. I need that to tell me this figure should be more than this. Then there's Temitayo. Temitayo got my course. She abandoned the course. Then one day she just attended support session and she said, okay, let me even take the course. And in 3 days, she got a job. Temitayo is a cybersecurity person, and she was able to make this for herself and and a whole lot more. Then I've been talking about people that made money from Upwork. So it's not just freelancing, it's not just about Upwork alone. I have Tosin and her husband that made this from Fiverr. I have Susie. Susie is another person that made money, and Japa. Susie is currently in Canada. Susie is a journalist. I like to talk about her very much because I like Susie's story. I have Chris. Chris' story is even special. I have Chris. Chris made this figure, got this job on LinkedIn. I have Chiaka. Chiaka got a part-time job on LinkedIn, and they were paying her in figure. It's about 1.5 plus in today's exchange rate. I have Violet. Violet has become a big girl on LinkedIn now, and she's making a lot. I have Latte. Latte does designs and made a lot on LinkedIn too. I have Olale that makes money on Fiverr. So it's not just about LinkedIn. It's not just about Fiverr. It's not just about Upwork. It's about understanding freelancing. And remember that I started defining freelancing for you guys at the beginning of this session as using your skills and your expertise to make money online. A freelancer is someone that you don't have to commit to a single employer. You work independently, and you work from home or you work from a flexible mobile workspace. You can travel around the world with your job. So because your job is your laptop or your smartphone. So that's the beauty of freelancing and remote work. A lot of people have there's pros and cons. But my own is this: me, I'm lazy, and I can't be, I can't be say I want to travel because I travel around. I can be in different countries at any time. I'm speaking with people and say, I want to come and greet you in your country, and I travel all over the world. But when I carry my laptop with me, I carry work with me where I go. And that's the beauty of me being a freelancer. If I'm not a freelancer, I can't have that kind of lifestyle. We need to have leave or vacation before I can travel. I enjoy traveling. So because I can travel and carry my work with me is one of my major motivations why I became a freelancer. You can find your own motivation. It might be SAPA. It might be that you need to put food on the table. So find your motivation. So remember I said you can work full-time or part-time because freelancing does not stop your 9 to 5. And your digital skills set you apart. Now, these are some of the freelancing platforms. Some of them others you're just seeing for the first time. Upwork, Fiverr, People Power, TopTap, and blah, blah, blah. These are freelancing platforms. As I said, some of them you already know. Others are coming across them for the first time. But freelancing is more than Upwork and Fiverr. Some of you just know Upwork and Fiverr, but freelancing is more than Upwork and Fiverr. This is according to Payoneer. Payoneer is a platform that helps freelancers receive money. So you can Google it. I didn't even say this thing at the beginning of this session. One of the things I like about the current age we are in is your phone, your smartphone. Virtually everybody that is listening to me is either listening to me via a smartphone or a PC that has internet. So anything I say, you can fact check me. You can Google. Like, that's what I like. You can't really lie. And if you try to lie, someone else who can fact check you. So please, Payoneer is you can Google Payoneer. Payoneer helps freelancers to receive funds, and they just created something for freelance platforms, and these are the list of freelance platforms. It's not limited to this. They just put something together so you have an idea. So I'm showing you this so you understand that freelancing is more than Upwork and Fiverr because that's the most popular one people know. Yeah. So know that freelancing is not just Upwork and Fiverr, as you can see on this picture. It's a whole lot more than that. Now, remember that I said digital skills is what you need to earn. So there are skills and there are high income skills. I see people that come to me and they say, oh, I want to make money online. I ask them, what skill do you have? They're like, I don't know. Or I don't have any skill. Like, if you don't have any skills, you can't make money online. You need high income skills to make money online. And there are platforms where you can learn these things for free or for a token. We have Coursera, EDX, YouTube. See, you can learn anything you want to learn. 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, and you can start earning immediately. The world has changed from where you need to go to a school for 4 years plus X, where X equals to ASU. The world has changed from where you need to go to school for 4 years before you start earning. We have evolved to a place where you can learn a skill. I have a story of one of my students then. Let me tell you his own story. During the pandemic, Okoyemi, that's his name. Poyemi too has made money 2 years, relocated to Canada. I just have plenty of students. They just used to relocate. Now, Poyemi came to me during the pandemic. So Poyemi is a physiotherapist. So during that COVID pandemic, Poyemi was like, he could not, as a physio now, you touch your patient, so he could not do that anymore. And he's, I'm a boy, as a guy, he has to put food on the table. He said he wants to learn online work. He's been seeing me talking about online work. So this was 2020, during 2020, like after the lockdown, after the first set of lockdowns. Now, I told him, okay, what do you want to learn? He said, I cannot write. So don't even I can't do writing. And I asked him, can you do digital marketing? He said, yeah, okay, digital marketing. Okay, that's fine. Let me give it a try. Now, Poyemi, I gave him resources to learn. The point of this story is this. Poyemi learned Facebook ads. He didn't even learn it because digital marketing is broad. So he only learned Facebook ads. So it took him 2 weeks to master Facebook ads. So he only learned Facebook ads. Now, Poyemi learned Facebook ads. He wanted to test his ads. So he tested his ads. He got like contract. He tested his ad with his services, with his physio services, and was able to get 2 clients. The first client was paying him 100K per week. Second client was paying him about 30-40K per week. But the point is this: Poyemi went from someone who had no skills, no online skills, to someone who learned Facebook ad in 2 weeks, and he ran a test ad with $5, and he got 100K plus per week. Like that story is just an epitome of what the current age we are in right now. How you can go from someone who had no skills to having skills in 2 weeks, in a month, in 3 months, and you're good. Like, no matter where you are, no matter your starting point, you can go from where you currently are now and you go, like, you scale up. Wow. Like, in a week or in 2 weeks or in a month or you can change your life, really. Like, you can change your life from where you are. Bam. And your life is changing. So let's do some practicals. Let me show you some things. And I'm going to be very brief. Let me show you some things now. Let me show you some of these platforms. I'll just run through some of these platforms, show you some of these platforms so you can see what's so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so let's do this. Now one of the biggest platforms is Upwork. And at every point in time, there's always about 200,000 jobs on Upwork. And you're only looking for 1-2 jobs. Like, Upwork is a platform that stands as a middleman. So this is Upwork. This is Upwork, what Upwork looks like. Some of you know what Upwork is. Some of you don't know. Some of you are coming across it for the first time. If you're coming across it for the first time, just Google it. But before you do anything on Upwork, make sure you learn everything about Upwork, because that's what people have challenges with. I've been training for close to 9 years. What I've noticed is that people come on this platform without guidance. The reason why my students are successful, those testimonials I showed you, is because they have guidance. It's just simple. With the right guidance, you will succeed. That's all. Just as you went to school, you had lecturers. Imagine you went to school, there was no lecturer, and all you did is you went to the class and they just gave you the curriculum to find out, like, just solve it yourself. You might get it, yes, but it will take you some trial and error. But with your lecturer will direct you. So that's what I've been for my students. I've been their proud teacher. Yeah. So let's look at some examples here. For example, now, so this is someone, they said they're looking for a Kajabi manager expert. Now, every job boards, if you are someone that know what you are doing, then you know how to navigate. Like, you know what to look for. You look out for. And they are ready to pay between $20 to $120. This job was posted 2 minutes ago. And the reason you need guidance is so that you have all this information. You know that, okay, then it's not just about a job. I tell my students, it's not just about a job that is posted or a job that you see. Some people will tell me, and I know some of you here, you say, I've been submitting proposals on this platform. It's like, it does not work. See, it's not just about the proposals you submit. The job you submit it to, the client you submit it to, your profile, then the proposal you're even submitting. There's one of my templates, and I'm going to share that with you. That template has gotten more than 10 people jobs. Just one template. Like more than 10 people jobs in the space of 2-3 months. Because that template, I think I shared the template in April, May. Okay, it's more than 3 months. More than 10 people that came to me and tell me thank you, because yesterday 2 people mentioned that it worked for them, and I was just learning for the first time in our support session. So, but more than 10 people have come to me and say, yes, this proposal template worked for me. I've had people who have used it and they didn't even come back to say thank you. Parable of the leper. Only one came back to say thanks. The remaining 9 did not come back. For those who are Christians, you know that parable. For those who are not, just a story of doing things for 10 people. 1 person came back to say thank you. 9 people did not come back. It's a parable. Now, let's use this as an example. So this person says, I want to hire a social media growth expert. So now this is when you see a job on the platform on Upwork, the first thing you do is you always check the client details of the job. So this is it's checking the client details of the job. So there are things you need to know about it, like when you are checking the client details. And those are the things I teach my students. Like when you know what to look out for before you now say, okay, you want to apply for the job. So basically, if you don't have the right guidance, you would apply for a job and you feel like, I'm not getting jobs. So these are the things you just need to note, and things about how to have a good profile. Things like if you don't know these things, this is not a training session, but ideally, trust me, if you don't know these things, and you can learn these things for yourself. You can go to YouTube and learn yourself, or you can get a coach to guide you. The option is yours. Like you can do trial and error, or you can just have someone who has already done it before to just guide you. It's as simple as that. So Upwork is one of the main platforms, and you can get a lot of jobs on Upwork. There are a lot of people that have gotten jobs on Upwork. Now, some of the, I opened this down. This was the last session I was doing yesterday. The seminar I was doing a webinar yesterday. Now, look at someone who is a data analyst from Pakistan who has 100K on the platform. Someone who is a data analyst, management consultant who has 60K. So the point, what am I trying to tell you? I'm trying to tell you that there's money on this platform. Look at Pius from Kenya who has 10K. Look at there's money on this platform. That's just the point I'm trying to make. This particular point, there's money. Let's look at some products for you. If you're into design, look at some product designer. Look at this particular designer from China who has 700K, on Upwork. Like you don't even need to look. Don't. You can ignore those big money. We can just look at small money. But it tells you what's possible, but it also tells you that you don't need to. There's potential. There's for you really. So I'm just trying to tell you what's possible. But these are the jobs. So if you have the right guidance, guys, you will be able to get these jobs. And I remember I said it's not just about Upwork alone. We have other platforms and which they are really covered. We have platforms like these are remote jobs platforms, for example. And you need to know how to navigate these remote job platforms. So there are job boards. You need to know what to do. Now, for example, let me just give you one test, or let me just give you one, Ojoro or one expo. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. For example, when you see anywhere in the world, it means you can apply if you are even from Africa or from Nigeria. But when you see this, Latin America, Europe, EMEA only, it means you are not, I don't think you can apply, but EA means, does that mean, no, that's not sub-Saharan. But let's look at this. When you see this one, for example, and it means Europe only, it means they're only looking for someone from Europe. When you see this US only, it means they're only looking for someone from US. But when you see anywhere in the world, it means you can apply. Like you are qualified to apply. So that's work remotely, one of the platforms. Indeed is also one of the platforms where you can get jobs. And there's a way to navigate these platforms. And if you don't know it, you will just be doing trial and error and you will struggle. So there's Remotive. Remotive is also one platform where you can, get jobs. You can check the jobs and follow. So these are the things you need to know. And if you don't know these things, if you don't have this guidance, trust me, you will struggle. As I said, Upwork is not just the only platform. I just showed you how many platforms for. There are plenty. There's a whole lot of them. StopTap, Fiverr, just for the sake of time. So there's a whole lot of them. So if you have the right guidance, if you know how to navigate these platforms, then you would win. Then you would succeed. So yeah, I just wanted to show you the practicals on that, so you have an idea of how guidance can help you get the best from these things. So yeah, let's continue our slide. Let's continue with our slide. So yeah, so how to get unlimited clients as a freelancer. Yeah, that's why we're here. You want to get plenty clients. Like you don't want to be dealing with peanuts. You don't want to be frustrated. You want to get unlimited clients. So yeah, so Basically, I have a course I've created from 9 years of experience, and my course I've created a lot of testimonials. Yesterday, I'm even going to share that testimonial. And I wanted to share it, but I don't want to disturb this session. One of our students, she had a goal and she got 2 jobs yesterday night. And I'm going to share it. So maybe you can Google my name on Twitter and you will see it like immediately after this session. I'll share it. Her name is Peace. Peace has been doing so well for herself, and Peace got 2 jobs. She got the first job. They were paying her $15 per hour for 20 hours a week. I don't know. I think that's the right math. And she was like, no, she's looking for 40 hours per week. That's her goal. Then she got another job that was paying $6 per hour for 40 hours per week. And that's 2 jobs. So, but the point is, Peace is a young Nigerian girl, and she's able to do that for herself. Peace is one of our students. She got my course and she's been able to help herself. Now, what's in the course? So my course is Freelancer Client Magnet, and it's just to get unlimited clients as a freelancer. And remember what I said, that it's not just about Upwork. So we have Upwork in Module 4, Module 5, but LinkedIn in 6, Fiverr in 9. Even I need to update this Fiverr. I need to update a lot of things in my course. But if you get my course, any updates, the promise I make is that any updates is free for you. So it's just a promise. I don't need you to be spending anything more in the future. So code email magnets, where you get, there's about 130 code email templates that you can use. So I have a material that has 600 code email templates. In the upgrade, I'll be adding that 600 to 130. So it becomes 730 code email templates. Like, trust me, you can just be using 1 or 2 or 3 or match them together. So portfolio magnet 2, talking about how to use your portfolio, how to create samples. Extra magnet is talking about how to use other freelance platforms. Yeah, so this is what it contains. This is what you get in the course content. And as I've told you, there's a lot of testimonials from people that have gotten course. Okay, sir, now I'd like to show you this student support. So we have student support. That's what I was saying, that, I kept on saying I was in the session yesterday. So I do student support, or we do student support for those who get FCM Premium. We do student support every Saturday, 4 p.m. West African time. We've been doing it for 2 years now. And there's also a WhatsApp support. So where people would, you get support by me, by my team, or by other freelancers. And it's been successful so far because I like it. It's not just, I'm not interested in you just getting a course. I'm also interested in your success, because why would I call myself a proud teacher if you just only got my course and I abandoned you? So that's one thing people have always been, talking about, and that's why I'm always particular about support. I like this testimonial because one of my brothers, so I stayed in, these guys, we stayed together. I stayed in my brother's apartment, so he's a neighbor of my brother. So I stayed with my brother then, and he became, so that's how I knew him, sha. Long story short. Now, this guy, he's a very good guy, badass designer, but he had, during the tech layover, that time that everybody was just laying over, Facebook laid over, Google laid over. So he got laid over, but it was like, he had the skills, and I was like, I just told him, try freelancing, get my course. He got the course immediately. Now, he had not finished editing his portfolio. He has been getting offer. Can you see? Can you see? Like, he has been getting offer. Pa, 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 pa. Like, because he followed instructions. And that's why I just like that testimonial. So yeah, I have, as I said, our support group where we support people. And we just like to guide our students. So I have people like Martins, Mustafa, who have talked about the course. And one thing I like about them is that, they followed instructions. Trust me, that's just what I like about these guys. They followed instructions and they've been able to get results for themselves. I have people like Emeka, Victor, who also followed instructions and they've been able to get results for themselves now. So the idea is this, and I tell people very well, if you follow instructions, you would get results. Like, when people used to ask me for guarantees, I used to tell them, the only guarantee I have is that follow my instructions. That's the only guarantee I can give you. Because every other thing is me lying to you. But the guarantee that follow my instructions and you will get a job. That's people that have followed my instructions, and yeah. So what is inside this freelance, this magnet, this FCM, freelancer client magnet, freelancing client magnets? I have how to get your next high-paying clients, freelancing clients in 30 days. I have proposal templates. Now, as I said, my proposal template has been, on Twitter. You can Google my name on Twitter and just put maybe templates. Just Google my name, put proposal templates, and you will see. There are some free templates I share with people. It's about 15 of them. It's becoming 20 now. So there are 20 free templates I've shared with people, plus my 30 paid one. Now, so it was 15 then. So that's why this is 45, 30 plus 15. So as you get the old you get the old 45, and by the time I update it with the old extra 5, that it becomes 50. Then I remember what I said about code email template as 130, and I'm going to update it to become 730. So these are the things in the course. You have pricing and negotiation tactics, course materials on templates, on Upwork, on Fiverr, and all, guide on training on LinkedIn, code email, remote job platforms. Then for those who get FCM Premium, weekend coaching classes by me is worth $150 per class because it's 1 hour of my time. Trust, when I did this, I used to charge $150 per hour. Right now, as I speak with you, I currently charge $350 per hour for my consulting, people like coaching and consulting. So this is even changing. So then 1 year of daily support by my freelancers, and access to a buzzing freelancing community. I showed you the community, so that's it. Now, if you come on board today, if you get this course today, I have some extra bonus for you. You get my link. There's a LinkedIn course that you get. It's created by one of my students. I have the right to share it. You get it for free. I have his authorization. Now, if you want to learn any skills, I have resources on skills, like all the skills listed here: writing, technical writing, UX writing, copywriting, email marketing. I have resources on them, and they are free. You get them too for coming on board today. I have a course and an ebook on ChatGPT. You guys know how AI is in vogue right now, so I have a course on it, an ebook on it. It's not my course, but I have access to the course, and it comes with certification. Then this is the template I'm talking about. This particular template. This template that has created a lot of student testimonials. And the beauty of this template is that it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I'm going to put this thing side by side so you see it. You see how it's the same thing. Like if you read through this thing very well, look at it. I just came across. Asi, best bet. I'm confident. Best bet. Onboard me. Let me look at this. Onboard me. This template alone, I call it Samuel's template because Samuel was the first person to use the template. This template alone has gotten more than 10 people jobs in the past few months. This template. Remember that if you get my course, you have access to 50 of it. But this particular template alone, just this one. So Samuel used my template, and everybody has been using that Samuel's template, and they've been getting jobs. Like people will now send me the proposal they used, and I like it because I'm compiling it, I'm saving it so that I will send it to other people too, so that I can add it to your resources. Like right now, this is about 10 right now that I have. I saved them, so I'm going to compile them and add it to FCM, so that you guys will see the template. So I wrote an ebook on what it did. So this number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I numbered it so that I explained what each line is and how to use it for yourself. So you get the ebook for free. If you come on board today, you get access to that ebook for free. Now, Jennifer, let me just talk about Jennifer before I go. Jennifer used this template twice. The first time she used the template, she got a $1,800 job. The second time she used the template last week, she got a $1,350 job. I shared it on my social media. You can Google my name and search for Jennifer on Twitter, or even on Facebook, or even on LinkedIn. You will see it. You see her testimonial. Twice. Jennifer used it twice. This is Roland. Roland used it as a code email, just the template, and bam, on LinkedIn, he got a job. Samuel used it on Upwork. Jennifer used it on Upwork. Roland uses it on LinkedIn. Other people have been using it on Upwork, on LinkedIn, and they've all been getting jobs. You will get it for free. It's if you come on board. Only for those who come on board today. It's not free for everybody else. You pay for it. Now, everything I've been telling you, how much is it worth? Is it 500K, 200K, 100K? No. Basically, this is it. This is how much I charge for my course, FCM. You can remember what I said about using your phone. You can check, you can Google it yourself. You can type in on Google. You see it. This is it. This is how much I charge. It's across my social media and online. Like use your phone to search for it. For those who want to get the course, you pay 45K. And what's funny is this: when I was creating it, 45K was $67. But as I speak with you, you know that 45K is not $67. Like both of us, we all know. All of us, we know. So that's why I'm saying, I was telling my student yesterday that when I upgrade my course, I'm going to increase the price because I know the testimonials that this course has given. Imagine people change. So imagine Oluwaseun, for example, the story I started with. I got a $1,000 per week job from just getting a 45,000 naira course. She got a promo. Like, even, and I'm going to talk about today's promo. Now, for those who want the course plus all the premium that I mentioned, what are the premiums? So the course is just, what do you get from the course? And I'm going to talk about, there's a FAQ where I will mention what do you get from the course. But let me just talk about it briefly. The course is here, the ebooks, the templates, the videos. But with premium comes with 3 things. Me, every Saturday's classes, 1 hour. My team members, you have access to them every day. I pay them for support. So you can, if you need anything, just send them a message. Then the community of top-rated freelancers, you can send them messages, they will answer you in the group. Bam. That's what we've been doing. And a lot of people have been, they've loved the support. And even me, I like the support. Yeah. So once again, as I said, what are the things you get in the course? As I said, you get how to get a nice high-paying client, template, proposal template, code email template. This pricing and negotiation tactics, I only said it briefly in the course, but I'm going to also update that one and add a lot of pricing and negotiation resources. I've been compiling them. Let me tell you something. There's something called, let me just teach you one of the things I'm going to add to the course on pricing. It's not yet there yet, but I'm going to add it. Let me teach you something. There's something called price anchoring, where the first price someone calls is an anchor. So any place you go, you don't have a price reference or you don't have a frame of reference. Any price they call, that's where you start with. Imagine you want to take a bike, even though you know that you're still going to negotiate, and the bike calls you 500 naira. Then you now say, no, it's 300 naira I have. The bike will now say, okay, pay 400. You say, no, I want to pay 350. And depending on who budgets first, you will determine if you pay 350 or 400. But because the bike man called 500, that's anchor. The bike man was the person that anchored you. And it happens in the market. It happens when you're negotiating with your client. It happens. So those are the things I'm going to be teaching you. Like, I already said it briefly in the course, but I want to go deep into it. Like, I want to teach you everything so that you can price like a boss. Like, you can price people like a boss, like value-based pricing, and tier level pricing, decoy pricing. I went to a paint house. I went to do painting 2 weeks ago, and they used decoy pricing for us. Now they say the small size is 8,000 naira and the big size is 9,000 naira. And in my head, I'm like, something that is very big for 9,000, the smallest one is 8,000. The difference is just 1,000. And I told them that this is what, do you know what you just did for us? It's called decoy pricing. This small size is the decoy. You use that decoy to make us, it's called pricing psychology. And these are the things that you're going to get. Like, you're not going to get them now in the course, but I'm going to add them. You're going to get, there's something in the course on pricing, but I'm going to add more. I'm just giving you, I've never even talked about this, but I'm just mentioning this for the first time to say these are the things I'm going to be adding on pricing techniques that you can use. Because as a freelancer, you'll be dealing with clients. You'll be like, how much should I charge these clients? How much should I charge my clients? How much? So that's why I'm always particular about teaching freelancers how to price. So you're going to get ebooks, training on LinkedIn, code email. We'll mention all these things. Then for premium people, you get coaching, classes, support, and the community. And remember that I'm also adding, for those who are coming up on board today, so remember that I'm also adding the LinkedIn skills, resources, the ChatGPT course, and Salmon's proposal. You get this for this one. If you're not in this webinar, you come to me and you're even paid for my course, you're not going to get these 4 things. So this is exclusive to this webinar. Trust me. So I'm telling you now. So you not go and check me on Twitter and send me a message and you now say, so you said you have some LinkedIn or you have some ChatGPT. No. Trust me. I like to keep to my word. It's only for people in this webinar, by Mercy's people. Mercy is even the one that has access to these things, so it's not even me. It's only anybody that paid through Mercy that the one that will get to these resources. It's not even with me, it's with Mercy. So that's why you can't even get it. If you come outside the session to meet me and say, oh, okay, I attended the webinar one day, and you said, please, I did not say this is exclusive to this webinar, and I like to keep to my word. Very important, because I know how easy it is today for people to drag you on social media. And in 9 years, I've not had any cause for dragging. Now, so there's a premium 15. I call it premium 15. So there's a promo for the first 15 people. I don't know if you want to be part of the first 15 people or not. Now, I call it premium 15 because remember that I mentioned that my premium is 75K. Course without support is, if you want to get the course alone, it's 45K. But if you want to get the course without support, it's 75K. So by that call, there's something called premium. Now, with premium, with the premium discounts, it means You're not going to pay. You get 75K product. You get the 75K cost, like you get a 75K package, but you're getting a 40K discount. I'm just doing it. Messi said I should do it, and I'm going to do it. So if you're going to be part of the 15, yes. If you're not going to be part of the 15, no problem. We'll see you at 75K. So for the first 5 people that come on board, you get 35K. Plus, I have some ebooks from people who have made $1 million on Upwork, and I don't know. People don't used to ask me for these ebooks, even though I put it in these slides. The ebooks is on my phone. I'll just send it to you. So yeah, 35K for the first 5 people. The next 5 people get 40K. The next 5 people pay 50. Like, this is automated, so it's not that please or guy Joe. There's no please. There's no beg. Like, it's automated. Like, for the first 5 people, you get it at 35K. For the next 5 people, it changes to 40. For the next 5 people, it changes to 45. And after that, if you want to get support training, it's 75K. But if you want to get the course alone and bye, you pay 45. So once again, this is it. And as I said, go to social media, go to anywhere. This is my flyer. Like, you will see my flyer here, and I'm not. I like to, as I used to tell people, I like to charge with my full chest. And if I want to do something for free, I do it for free. I have a lot of free resources, like for those who are broke, or for those who don't have money. But if you want faster results, then you should pay for it. So yeah. So this is what you get, and this is what I'm giving you. So now there are some FAQs. I already answered some of this. What are you getting? You're getting a course that contains ebooks, templates, videos, contains a lot of resources for you. And how long till I land a job? If you follow my instructions, you will land a job. I'm not a magician, and I'm not going to tell you that tomorrow dollars will start earning in your bank account. I don't lie. I've gotten a lot of results. Like, I've gotten thousands of results. But I'm not going to lie to you. If you follow the instructions, your life can change in 1 week. Your life can change in 1 month if you follow my instructions. Do I need skills? Yes, you need skills. If you don't have skills, you can't earn. Can I use only my phone? Yes, you can use only your phone. There are some skills that are limited to smartphone. For other skills, you need a PC. Can I combine with my 9 to 5? Yes, you can combine with your 9 to 5. I told you about Ola, Susie, people that have do 9 to 5, and they've been able to earn. So these are some of my more testimonials. I have more testimonials. I have a lot of testimonials. This is Chinedu, this is Marvelous. Marvelous story is special. Marvelous went from someone who was earning $350 per month to someone who is now earning 4K. There was a particular month she did 27K. That was a mad month. Toby, got a contract that was paying him $4,000 per month. Bosun, Ademola got a $400 per week contract. The reason why he was saying it don't happen for me too is that he had been trying to get a job. So he got I think he got his first job. Then since that time, he got a dry spell. So Ademola did not get a job for a long time. So he signed up for coaching, and he has been trying. And so when he got the job, I guided him. And when he got the job, that's why he said he can't contain his joy. He was happy. This is Peter again. Peter's week. In 1 week he does 3K, 2.5, this is Johnson, one of the first students that did 100K. My first student that did 100K. This is Johnson from Nigeria. Johnson is also a student. Another testimonial. I have a lot of testimonials, a lot of them. This is Tim. This is also Tim's testimonial. I like to put it because I like that, Wafemawolo University, Bachelor of Engineering, Building. He's doing email copywriting to get job. I just like the testimonial for that, combining both. Another of my students, So yes, the point is this: if they can do it, you too, you can do it. And thank you very much for having me. Yeah, I hope with a few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you. So what do you need to do now? What do you need to do now? You need to take action. You need to make a decision. You need to ensure that you too, you would get the results like my students. So if you want to get a result like my student, just take action. Take action today. I'm happy to share with you. Thank you, Clement. I'm happy to share this opportunity with you, and I want you to take an action. Because before the end of this year, your life can change. I told you people that Oluwaseun joined the webinar in June, and her life has changed by middle of July. Like, that's how it is. In 2 weeks, it was 2 weeks that she joined that her life changed. 2 weeks, because she complained to me in the first week around 7th. Yes, 7th of July she complained, And her life changed 12th of July. Is it? No, not 12th. Bless me. 7th. Her life changed before 14th of July. So between 7th and 14th. And she joined the webinar on the 28th of June. I kept this date in my head to tell you that in 2 weeks, someone's life can change. And yours might not be 2 weeks, yours might be 1 month, yours might be 2 months. But trust me, what have you been doing? We've spent 8 months in 2023. What have you been doing? Like 8 months have gone, they've come and gone. So if I'm telling you that the next 2 months your life can change, trust me, don't rush. So now whether you come on board, let me just end with this. Whether you sign up or not, 2 months will come and go. The question is, will you take an action today that will change your life in 2 months, in 3 months, in 5 months, or by the end of this year? It's in your courts. Because if it be you, thank you very much for having me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can follow me on social media. You can Google my name on social media in case you want to be sure if this guy is lying or if this guy is who he say he is. My name is Gbenga Adebiyi. Search for me on Twitter. Search for me on LinkedIn. Search for me on Facebook, on Instagram. You will see me. You see the picture, the fine boy picture without the dreads, but it's still the same me. So that's my name, Gbenga Adebiyi. So if you need more conviction, you can Google me, then you'll be convinced, then you go to Messi. Thank you very much, guys. Have a wonderful evening.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Gbenga. So the details of the course have been sent to the group. If you are ready to get in, just check the group. And you can also, if you have questions, please send your questions to my WhatsApp DM and I'll respond to you. Good night, everyone.